Hello everyone, welcome to another episode on the SuegoFaults server. Minecraft done on a server with lots of other people. Here we are up above our base, looking down on the house that's being built. And you can see I've got, maybe, gosh, I was hoping I had a third of the roof, but it's really a quarter, I think. Oh well, what are you going to do? There's a prison over there. That's the new multimodal sheep, cow, pig death meat shack. But the reason I'm up here on the top of this very tall mountain here, overcropping, is that this is where the castle's going to go. I'm going to be building up a castle from up here, and I thought I'd show you what the view is going to be like. It's going to be awesome. Look at this. I got some other tall kind of structures over there. That's our first portal, and yeah, lots of stuff moving over that direction. And I think there's some stuff that's going to be built over here, and the mesas over in that direction. Lots of cool stuff. There's our kind of our plaza down there. And I think this will actually be an entrance into the lower part of the castle, but for the most part, what I'm really going to be doing is building up through this location. A lot of this outcropping is probably going to come off at some point. Not today, eventually. But the other thing I wanted to show you is, can I see it from over here? Barely. Let's go over here, and then I could Ender Pearl down once I show you. Right there, this bad boy. This is my drill, my TNT drill. And so you can see I got it started right there, but I got this. I don't have any TNT in there right now, but what I do is I load this thing up with TNT and turn this bad boy on. You can hear it clicking, one every second. It's a little pulse clock there, and it just keeps spitting that TNT out, and it's going to keep drilling down all the way down to bedrock. And so I'm going to run in here real quick. I'm going to grab some TNT. We're going to load this bad boy up, and then I'm going to show you this thing drilling down to bedrock. I'll go ahead and get my camera account and set it inside somewhere. We'll see what happens. Alright, see you guys. Oh no! In just a minute. Oh. Alright, here we go. We got some TNT set in here, and the sun's going down. Nothing like a little TNT mining explosions at sunset. So here we go. A little bit more TNT. Whoa, get up, go, go. Oh, that might have been too high. Nice. Yeah. Whoa. Oh no, oh no. Go, get up, go. Whoa. Nice. Lots of lava. Gotta get rid of some lava. Hello, Mr. Creeper. I'm coming for you next. Alright, last one. I can see bedrock. Hopefully this will clean it out completely. Whoa, let's get out of here. Go. Nice. There we go. Nice clear lava and bedrock. We made it. We're to the bottom. Okay, it's all done. We got it all cleaned out, and I kind of went in amongst all the bedrock and chipped out. Oh, I just see one down there. I'm gonna have to go down and clean that up. A couple other ones too. But the idea was I went through and I got all the stone out from in amongst all of the bedrock here, and then I covered it with black glass along with a couple of sea lanterns down below for lighting. And for the most part, it seems to light up pretty well. There's a couple of spots in there I'll have to clean up a little bit later. But for the most part, I just wanted to show you guys what this thing looked out now that it was drilled all the way out and cleaned out. And I think about right here is where I started using TNT, or where I started laying it by hand rather than counting on the drill. And I think the drill would have worked all the way down. It may have been just a little bit far because it was all the way up at 89. It may have started exploding in the air before it ever reached down here, but you know, I got to play with TNT, so I can't complain. But the idea behind this is going to be kind of the central part of a castle turret that goes all the way up to, I don't know, 120, 130. Who knows how high it's going to go. We'll see. But inside of this, we're going to clean out some of these caverns. We'll have walkways that go across different rooms for different functions. I've got a vision for it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I wish I could get villagers in here, but I'd mess up the iron golem farm, so I don't want to do that. But we'll do something cool with it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I don't think I'm going to line it. I think it's going to stay pretty rough like this. I'm going to start putting in trees and grass and stuff like that to kind of, I don't know, roughen it up a little bit. The outside will be the same thing. It'll be this round form that kind of pierces up through the mountain and comes out of the top of it with that overcrop kind of wrapped around it and trees and stuff. It's I don't want it to be a smooth kind of medieval castle. I want this to be more of a elvish kind of a castle, so I think we can do some pretty neat things with it. So for right now that we got this done, there's two more things I want to do in this episode, and one of which I think I'm going to run up and do a little bit of the roof for the house that we saw down there. It's kind of fun to build a little bit occasionally on camera, and so we'll build some of that bad boy, and then I've got something fun to do. We're going to head over to, I think it's the North Hub, off the North Hub over by the casino. And I've got an idea for a golf course. And so I'm going to build a tee box that uses a piston. And the idea is that the ender pearls are our golf balls, so to speak. Excuse me. And I've got some stone in here. And so we've got these ender pearl golf balls. And you've got the tee box has, oops, sorry about that, I had a cough. I didn't think you guys wanted to hear me cough. So yeah, the tee box has a piston on it with a fence, and the idea is you have the ender pearl in your hand, and you can kind of you keep whacking at the fence gate, and the fence gate opens and closes, it opens and closes, and then you step on a pressure plate, and a piston pulls it down, and then you can throw it'll throw that the ender pearl. And then just a little way out past the end of the tee box is another piston with sticky blocks on top of it, and that piston pops up, hits your ender pearl, and you'll go another 50 to 75% further than an ender pearl normally would. And so I'm going to set that up as the tee box, and then we'll have another, probably another ender pearl to get to a green, and then we're going to set up the green in a hole, and it's going to be a 9-hole golf course. But I think I'm going to start with 1 hole. And just kind of build the tee box and the green for you guys. I'm going to have to go get some packed ice. I've got some wool, I believe. Yeah, I got a little wool, and I can use that. I'm going to do green wool for the green, so it looks nice. And then we'll put packed ice under it. And so the idea is that you can have your ender pearl, and you toss it, and it hits that packed ice, and it slides all the way across. So here you see it doesn't go very far, but if that was packed ice, it would slide all the way over to here. And then we'll put hoppers in the ground for holes. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be my first mini game on the server, and we can have fun with it. So let's go ahead and get some wood. Don't have much in the way of... I ended up using spruce. So let's go ahead and grab that to do the roof. And so I might not have much in the way there. Wow, I've got a lot less than I thought I did. This roof is using tons of spruce. Like that chest that I had right here, that was all the way across. And this is how much I've used. So it's Oh, I shouldn't have built a house this big, but you know, what are you gonna do? When you're in a new server with new people, you gotta do something that everyone kind of goes, wow, that's pretty nice. Way to go. Of course, no one said that yet, but that's alright. I don't think I've had many people actually over here yet. But there we go. I think I don't need any of that. Oh, I do need cobble, because we've got it intermixed with cobble. So let's take a stack of that, and also should have some stairs. There we go, got a stack of that, and that should be good. Alright, whoa, oh come on, got some server lag going on here. There we go. And I think I have ender pearls, yep, I'll pearl on up there, so it makes it a little bit easier. Oh, yeah, let me show you this real fast while I'm down here, if I can get through. And so you can see I replaced that with a, okay, server lag, server lag. Wow, that's pretty bad. I replaced this with an iron door, and that I can't seem to get through because the lag is so bad. Ooh, man. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause for a second until this lag works itself out, and I'll be right back in just a minute. Get me through! Alright, things seem to have settled down a little bit, and I can get through. Of course, now that I say that, it's doing it again. Alright, it was doing better. So, anyway, I hope it's not because of my plethora of animals in here, but you can see I've got a bunch of babies in there. I cooked some up, or I didn't cook them. I breeded them up, I should say. But then the other thing I ended up adding in here is a little automatic veggie maker here. So this is an auto farm, and with the kind of 3 hopper-fed dispensers that have bone meal in them, plenty of bone meal. I got tons of it from the Skelly farm, so it makes it pretty easy to do. And I got a little chest down here that has, you can do carrots and wheat using seeds or potatoes, and then I could use the wheat and stuff, come over here and whack these guys and get some breeding going on. So I put this water down here hoping that this would help. The design of this one is, rather than having a piston that operates the soil, it uses the glitch with the lighting to pop the plants off as soon as it grows. And you know, this isn't future proof, because one day they may fix this and then I'll have to tear this out and redo it, but for the most part it's right now it works really well. The only drawback is you have to till it every time you use it, and it kind of randomly untills whenever it wants to, and this water has nothing to do with it. So I should just take that water out. It doesn't do me any good because it doesn't keep it hydrated, but I left it in there for now. And the idea is you got this little the lever here, and then you just come in, start spamming this guy, and here I'll show you in a second the wheat, and you just keep going until you're out of bone meal, or this thing untills itself, and it'll until itself pretty quickly. I usually have to do it 2 or 3 times in a session that I'm in here, but this is good for 450 items a minute, so it's crazy fast, and it uses tons of bone meal, so that's why I'm not going to keep going here. Yeah, and see, it just untilled itself right there. So you can see that's a little bit of a drawback, but considering how simple it was to build, I only had 19. I think that's a little bit of a function of the lag going on right now. That should have been way more than that. Oop. Oh, come on. You can see how fast it untills itself. Alright, let's see if we can get this working a little bit better. I think this really is a function of the lag right now. It shouldn't be this bad, but every now and then when you got a server with a bunch of people on it building crazy big things, it happens. So how about we'll just stop there. Ooh. Get that out of there. See, yeah, that was a little better. Not awesome. Usually when it's not lagging like this, it does a lot better job. I can get, I'll get 2 or 3 stacks in as much time as I just spent on that one. Oh, I better leave the hoe. Gotta leave the hoe behind. And there we go. Alright, so let's get back up on top and build if I can get out of here. And the sun's going down. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sleep. Actually, I can't sleep with some people on the server, so I'm going to go ahead and wait out the night a little bit, and I'll meet you up on the roof. and we're going to do some building before we go build the golf course. Nighty night. See you in the morning. Goodbye, son. Good morning. Well, that was pretty quick, actually. MFT and Van both decided to take off for the night, so I was able to sleep through the night. So I haven't been gone very long, just a few minutes. But yeah, here we are up on the roof. And as you can see, the mix is a little bit of cobble, a little bit of spruce, and it's a little plain, to be honest with you. And there's a good chance I'm going to kind of break it up in the future with something a little bit more to kind of liven it up a little bit. But for the most part, I think it's a good start. I'm not gonna say it's the most beautiful roof in the world, but it's a good start, and I think it's something to build off of. So here, let's get building here. We got the half, not the half slabs. These are called stairs. And we're gonna put a stair down, and then we're gonna go up two. Actually, you know what? I just realized I only need to go up one. So it's one there, and then we go stairs on top of that, and stairs on top of that, and then we do the backwards upside down stairs again, because we want this to look really good underneath from the inside. And then, oops, ay, don't need that, donk. And then over here, upside down stairs. Then we do planks, right side upstairs, and we're good to go there. So let's go. Ooh, geez, had a little glitch there. And then that goes there. No, we put that right there, and that right there, and there we go. See, it's just that easy. Doot. So yeah, the golf course. I thought I'd talk a little bit about why we decided to do a golf course. It's kind of an interesting thing to try and do as a mini game. Part of it is that I grew up playing golf. Again, we're talking, we go back to me being a vegetarian amongst other things, and now we're talking about me having played golf, but that's all right. Are these half stairs? I think they are. And so all the way through high school, I played golf, and I was actually pretty good at it. I had a reasonable shot to go on and work my way on to play professional golf. And then I got to school. I got to college. I went to college on a golf scholarship. And I ended up burning out really badly my freshman year. A lot of funny things happen to you when you're in your freshman year of college. And the first thing, of course, for me is it was my first time really being away from home. And in another state, I ended up going to a college, an SEC school at the time. Actually, at the time that I went there, it was still a Southwestern Conference school. But it was definitely out of state and quite a ways away. It was a good, by car, it was probably a 15-hour drive, which is quite a ways for an 18-year-old. And being that far away from home, while I was both homesick and I had a chance to really enjoy being away from home. So it was this weird sort of dichotomy of life, I think. It was ecstatic to be away from home, and at the same time, it was dreadful. I had the worst time. But that's the funny thing about life. It just kind of works out that way sometimes. But so I got to college, and I started playing golf for the school, and I ended up not being able to continue playing because my schooling, of course, took over the better part of why I was there, which was, I think my parents were happy that I decided that schooling was the most important thing, and not drinking beer professionally or messing around when I shouldn't be. School was important to me, and I took academics very seriously, and I took golf very seriously, and I was in a situation where I kind of had to choose between the two. And I think I've mentioned it before, but my background is actually in architecture, so that's why it's sort of funny that I'm building this sort of Nordic-y looking home, but particularly because I tend more towards modern design in my professional life. But maybe I'll do that for my spawn house. We just got new spawn chunks available, or new spawn plots available, so I'll be building a new house at spawn. Maybe I'll make that a real kind of modern looking house just for fun. But anyway, so my background was in architecture, and in architecture school you have to have a studio every day, and and you have various types of studio. It's not just design studio, but you've also got structures, and you've got a number of other things you have to deal with that aren't that take up a lot of your time, and they're not very conducive to qualifying on the golf team. And so I burned out pretty quickly, and being a hot-headed 18-year-old, I actually threw my clubs into the lake in the heat of being frustrated about something, and ended up having a talk with the coach, and he basically said, you need to pick between one or the other, and I chose school. So I think my parents were happy about that for the most part, except for the fact that I lost some scholarship money, but it worked out in the end. I was pretty proud of myself. I played golf, and I went to architecture school, and now that's what I do for a living, so I can't complain about it even one little bit. But that was but that's kind of the background of why I actually really enjoy golf, and I don't play it much anymore as an adult, partly because I have a bum shoulder, so I have to get that fixed. But it's expensive. I got kids, I got other things I need to do right now. Looks like I forgot something up there. But that's okay, I can get up there and fix it. So it's not a priority in my life right now, but for a long time it really was, and I was pretty good at it. So anyway, I think what I would like to do is I'm going to try and build a minigame golf course for our server. I think the people will enjoy it, and we'll make it more fun, and it's a good way to use up all the ender pearls that we're getting at our ender farm. So there you go. So you can get a good sense of what the roof is going to look like. This is going to come up, and it's going to come back down towards this chimney. And then I have another peak right here that's just starting to take shape. That's going to come over the chimney. And so you'll have this come back down, and then back up, back down again. And I think I'll end up doing some lofts up in here, but there's a couple of sections I'm definitely going to want to leave vaulted all the way up, just because it's pretty majestic looking. It's pretty cool. And I got some little bit of nuance in here, something kind of neat. And then I'm going to tear this the chimney down, so it's not this stone. It's going to be, a lot more, there'll be different types of stone, and it'll be a lot more interesting, and it'll go all the way up through the roof. And yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and pick up some of our gear, and we're going to head over to the golf course and start designing a golf hole. So I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, on the golf course. So here we are on a beautiful morning out off the North Hub. This is the casino area. I think I call it the casino area. I think that's what they've named it. But I know it's off the North Hub. And there's a lot of stuff that's been... Ooh, I don't have anything to shear this guy with. I could shear some sheep right now. I need some wool. I need some wool, buddy. And I'll show you why here in half a second. So here we are off the North Hub, and a lot of these are games that I've found. I've had some time to kind of look around a little bit. You can see I was over here shooting some flaming arrows at the targets. That was badly missed. But I haven't had a chance to look at a lot of them yet, but I've looked at a few. And the reason that I'm out here again is I decided I wanted to try and build a golf course. And this looked a little bit like a clubhouse. So I ended up actually building it just off of this, and I'm hoping that I could sort of take part of this and head out this way with it. We'll have to wait and see what Fi says. Fee, sorry. And I went ahead and cut a hole in here, so hopefully they don't mind too much. Just temporary. And here we are. Here's the first green that and the first hole, actually. So the idea here is, and I'll show you the tee box here in a second, but the tee box is surrounded by this polished diorite. And you can kind of see it over there. There's the green right there. I've got the packed ice down, and I've already went on an adventure to get packed ice to it. It took me quite a while. I thought about showing you guys some of it, but ended up being a little bit boring. But so nevertheless, got plenty of packed ice. I've actually got probably twice this much in my ender chest right now. But I thought this would be a fun one to start off with. There's a little water hole right there, so you got to hit over the lake. And I think I need to replace some of this rock over in here with some more grass. So you can see this is sort of the fairway, and I went ahead and added in some rough around the edges. We got a little sand trap right there. I was using gravel. I'll probably replace that with sand at some point. In fact, before I leave tonight, I think I will go through and I'll replace some of this rock with the grass so that it looks better. Now, so here's the hole. Right now I've got it set up so that you can turn it off and on. And the idea is this more or less activates it. And so for any of you guys that are watching this that want to come play, that's what you do. It's got hole number 1 on, off, and all off is really doing is deactivating all the redstone that's underneath. And I thought that looked better than having this sticking up in the air. So that turns this on. It sets this so it's ready to go. And all this is a sticky piston with, I think I put 5. I could probably do this with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, nope, I do have 4. Some of these I've seen are a little bit longer, but I think that works pretty well. Let's go around this way, actually. And so the idea is, see if I can do it with this. Yep. So you've got a ender pearl. You put 1 ender pearl on your hotbar, and I won't. Yeah, I can show you, but you just sit here and do this. And if you can kind of tell how I'm lining it up, I'm looking off the middle of this guy, and right over there is the pin in the green. So I'm still aiming in that direction. I'm going a little higher here because when I step on this, what happens is this drops, and that allows you to throw the ender pearl, boom, boom, and then the sticky blocks hit the ender pearl and knock it up in the air, and it will knock you again probably at least 50% further than it would be if I just threw it. I think I tried it. I stood back here and I threw it as far as I could, and I landed kind of up here by the lake, whereas when I hit it off this, it lands me right up actually on the green or short of the green. So I'm going to make this one probably a par 3 to start with. In fact, I'll add that sign right on here at some point. That's a par 3. But so you step on this guy on that plate, and it activates the redstone. Can I knock that out? Yeah, might as well. It doesn't hurt anything. So that activates that redstone, and this powers this block. They'll turn this off, and that allows this to drop down. And when that drops down, this inverts this signal, which right now is off. You can kind of maybe see a redstone torch right there. So that would invert this signal, power this, power the repeater, which will then power that block and send this up in the air. And right now I have it set to a 1-tick delay. I've knocked it back before, but it seems to be working pretty well in 1 tick. I think if I moved it a little bit further out, I'd probably add a tick on it. Or if I added another block to the end, I might put a little bit more of a delay on it. But for right now, it seems to be working pretty well. But if I just had a straight redstone connection, that would pop up too fast, and I would ender pearl right into the end of it, which isn't very much fun. So let's go ahead and close this up so that we can... It'll fill in with grass here shortly. So what you really want to do again is you want to make sure you've only got 1 ender pearl on your hotbar. So come up to the hole, you turn it on. The problem is it's probably already going to be on, because if you're playing by yourself, you're not going to come back and turn it off. I might have to rethink that a little bit. I'm not sure what to do about that necessarily. I mean, I could turn it, just leave it alone, and that'll just stick up in the air. But I was hoping that wouldn't work that way. I don't really want to send a redstone signal all the way back to turn it off. So yeah, we'll figure that out maybe later at another time. But for right now, the idea again is you stand back here, kind of on the end, not right next to this, or you could stand right here next to this one. But you don't want to be standing on that yet. I think you want to stand 1 back. Yep, and you can hit it. I think if you stood 1 more back, you can't quite get it, but from here you can. And then you just, as you're doing that, you walk up and step on the plate. It drops it, boom, hits the ender pearl. So here, I'll show you all the way through this time. Make sure there's only 1 on your hotbar too, because if you have more than 1, you'll throw like 3 at a time, and you'll probably end up hurting yourself pretty badly. But let's go ahead and eat a little food just in case here. All right, here we go. So I'm going to scooch over here to the side a little bit. I'm going to kind of line the middle up with the top of the flag there. Ooh, did that work? Oh no. Oh no. Looks like that one didn't work. Huh. I've tested this a couple times. That's the first time it hasn't worked, of course. So let's try it again. Maybe it was because I was at a kind of the wrong angle a little bit. Let's try it again. Come up a little bit higher. Ooh. Dadgummit, did it again. You know, this was working fine just a minute ago. So I'm going to try one more time. This time I'm just going to aim down the center. There we go. That got it this time. You can see it flying down there. Boom! Look at there. It landed right on the green. And so, again, this is the green, and this I'll have it covered with the lime wool. I just don't have enough right now, so I have to go do that. And the idea is you stand right here, you don't do anything. You just grab another ender pearl, put it on your hotbar, and then you toss it. And this probably won't work because I've got the lip of the wool there, but we'll try it. So you just toss it, and it slides. Yep, it didn't work. So then you walk up to where your ender pearl is, and then you get to put again. Boom, into the hopper, and there you go. You just played hole number 1. So yeah, again, I will cover this all in lime wool, and it'll make that work a lot better. I'll add a little bit of grass to make it look a little bit nicer. And if you didn't want to use the driver there, you can just use your good old-fashioned ender pearl. And let's see how far we can get here, just out of curiosity. If I just run up. You know, it seems like it's fair that I'll do it from about where that is. Yeah. Let's see how far I can get there. That's pretty close. But not as, you know, I just barely made it over the water. That's not too bad. Then the problem is here, I can't queue that far, so I'd have to use another ender pearl. There you go. That was pretty close. There you go. So I still got a 3 out of it without using the driver. But I think if I did use it, every other time I've gotten on the green and been able to put it in with the second shot. So that's how you get a birdie out of it. But there you go. I'm going to try one more time. I still don't know why it didn't work the first couple times. It was working just fine, I swear. Maybe it would be better if I... So that means I probably want it to go up faster. So if I took the repeater out of the loop, maybe that would work better. Because what I do want to try to get this angle here. Let's see if I can get it to work. Ah, dadgummit. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it on camera, what the heck. Let's go ahead and take that repeater out and see what happens here. Oop, dadgummit, I didn't want to go that much. And we've got some redstone, so hopefully that should work. I think it will. Yep. Alright, let's see if that works better. Let's put one ender pearl on. Dadgummit. Well, I think I'm going to have to tweak it just a little bit until I can get that to work right. But at some point I will get this working so that it works perfect every time. The other thing I might have to do is I thought about doing this too, is lowering this down one. But I haven't done that yet. So we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. But there you go. There's our first hole. And I'll tweak it a little bit and we'll be done. And maybe in the next episode I'll come back and maybe I'll have 2 or 3 holes in, and we can go ahead and play a couple of holes, maybe half a round together, and see what it's like. So there you go. Look at that beautiful sunset right over the first hole, right over the first green. So thank you all very much. Please leave a like, subscribe, any of the above. I would very much appreciate it. And happy golfing. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.